Talk about it, but tomorrow we'll talk more about it. There'll be a new model drop as well, which will take that entire experience to the next level.
Tomorrow, Microsoft will drop a brand new AI model. And that clip you just saw, yes, that one, is our first real hint of what's coming. Tonight, we are breaking down everything we know so far and why this next model could be the first Microsoft AI model tuned specifically for India. But before we get into it, as always, you know what I'm going to say. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. This is Front Page by AIM Network. And now, if you're ready, moving into Microsoft AI, which has been very quietly building two in-house pillars. A highly expressive, extremely fast voice model capable of generating 1 minute of natural audio in under a second, already powering Copilot Daily, podcasts, and Copilot Labs. So for a country like India, where voice is often the first interface, this is a huge foundational shift. Microsoft's first fully in-house foundation model, a mixture of expert systems trained end-to-end on 15,000 NVIDIA H100s, designed for richer instruction following, everyday reasoning, responsible consumer use, which is now live on LM Arena and gradually rolling into Copilot. So together, these two models show where Microsoft is headed. AI that is fast, multilingual, responsible, and people first. And that's exactly why tomorrow's announcement sits at the perfect moment. Based on Microsoft's current roadmap plus India's linguistic needs, plus the company's investment strategy, this upcoming model could be India-tuned, multilingual across Hindi, Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Bengali, and more. Accent-aware, optimized for mixed speech, which is English, Kanglish, etc. Ready for government, enterprise, and population scale platforms. So let us actually kind of imagine this. A co-pilot that understands mixed Indian speech naturally. A voice model that sounds like everyday India. AI that works natively across Indian languages without hacks or workarounds. This is the kind of foundation required to take AI out of metro cities and into classrooms, MSMEs, farms, hospitals, courts, and job portals across India. Just yesterday on Front Page, we broke it. Microsoft is investing $17.5 billion, which is approximately 1.45 lakh crore rupees between 2026 and 2029 to build India's AI infrastructure, sovereign cloud, and talent engines. One of the most surprising threads running through the last 48 hours is this. Satya Nadella building with AI agents. Personally, yes. So during his keynote, Satya opened his laptop and showed an AI agent he coded over Thanksgiving. A real internal tool built with Copilot, multi-model orchestration, and the evaluation-first approach he now considers essential to AI development. He, of course, went on to joke and he said this, AI is moving so fast, I may have to join the Copilot team as an intern just to keep up, end quote. And then, of course, he walked the audience through how that agent runs AI cloud councils, a concept he borrowed from Andre Karpathy, where different models debate, challenge, and refine decisions. His favorite test, this is probably one of my favorite as well, I'm sure it's yours as well, which is picking the all-time Indian Test cricket 11, with agents arguing over Sehwag, VVS Lakshman, Kapil Dev, and Dhoni as captain. Funny on the surface, not really, but well, it revealed the mindset shift he wants the world to embrace. This generation of AI starts with the evaluation loop, not the spec. And here's where the story intersects with Gautam Adani. Just yesterday, Adani publicly said that during their meeting, Satya showed him an AI app he personally built, hands-on, experimental. The same philosophy he demonstrated on stage today. Adani described it as a glimpse into how Microsoft's leadership itself is working with agents, not just shipping platforms, but using them to make decisions, test ideas, and accelerate internal workflows. So let's put the pieces together, and the signal that we are getting is quite unmistakable, which is when the CEO of Microsoft is building agents at home and India's biggest industrialist is discussing those very agents as part of their 360-degree partnership, it tells you where the future of AI-led enterprise is actually headed. A future where leaders prototype their own tools, companies run AI councils before decisions, and India becomes one of the earliest test beds for agentic systems at industrial scale. Exactly the kind of shift both Satya and Adani hinted at in two cities, 24 hours apart. So, if there was one clear message to India's IT services sector today, it was this: Copilot and agents are going into full production. On stage, Satya Nadella called out how Indian IT is now building full-blown AI factories on top of Microsoft stack, not just doing POCs. Cognizant, Infosys, TCS, and Wipro have all been tagged as Microsoft's frontier firms for large-scale Copilot deployment, each committing to roll out Copilot and agentic workflows to tens of thousands of employees and clients around the world. So what does that actually look like? Well, Cognizant has built its own multi-agent framework on Microsoft Foundry, already powering a high-volume internal application, which means think multiple specialized agents coordinating in the background to handle workflows that used to need entire teams. Wipro is actually wiring data agents on Microsoft Fabric into its sales and finance functions using real-time data plus my fault plus Fabric agents to rewire how forecasts, revenue intelligence, and decision dashboards are built and refreshed. Persistent is combining Foundry plus Foundry Local, deploying models on device for secure, low latency enterprise apps, a glimpse of how edge AI will coexist with cloud GPUs in regulated sectors. And beyond IT services, Swiggy, Instamart is the poster child for AI infrastructure in the wild, using Fabric real-time intelligence to track millions of orders, optimize 10-minute deliveries, and run dark store operations with second-level telemetry instead of hour-level batch reports, all on Microsoft's data stack. On the media side, Microsoft also spotlighted India's creative ecosystem, including studios like Collective Arts Networks, which are using Foundry and custom models to build full AI-assisted pipelines for animated features like Mahabharat and Hanuman, turning India into a testbed for AI-first film production. So let's all put this together. These are Microsoft's proof that India's IT plus platform plus startup triangle is already shipping real agentic systems, from BFSI and consulting to quick commerce and cinema. And that the 1.45 lakh crore rupees AI bet announced yesterday is already being translated into live deployments, not just keynote promises. So if Satya set the architecture for India's AI decade, Puneet Chandok, the president, Microsoft India and South Asia, explained the lived reality of what the next few years are actually going to feel like for founders, enterprises, and India's 22 million developers. And of course, he began by naming the moment. The world is in perpetual beta, end quote. Basically, rewiring itself around intelligence, how it's produced, where it flows, and who benefits. Puneet drew a straight line between India's last decade and its next. Aadhaar, UPI, FASTag, DigiLocker. These were the tracks of DPI. Now, those same tracks are being rebuilt into AI public infrastructure, sovereign clouds, autonomous workflows, co-pilots, agent ecosystems, and compute accessible everywhere from classrooms to boardrooms. Microsoft's mission? It's this. We want to be co-pilots to India's AI transformation, end quote. The translation to that? basically want to become a default intelligence layer that ensures no Indian gets left behind as AI becomes abundant. Puneet said something that reframed the conversation completely. Every business will need an agent factory. Every leader will become an agent boss. End quote. He explained the pattern Microsoft is now seeing across Indian enterprises, the clear tax, which is 75% of gig workers filing taxes through AI minutes instead of hours. Physics wala, AI tutors answering student doubts in 1 minute. Genpact, end-to-end finance workflows reimagined with agents. USD, IT giants, GCCs preparing for thousands of digital colleagues. These are what he calls frontier firms, companies that behave like frontier models, always learning, always improving, always iterating. These firms aren't adding AI to old processes. They're actually rewiring the processes themselves. And in Puneet's words, if the model eventually knows everything, what does your business know? Your differentiation becomes your AI factory, end quote. Puneet laid out 5 predictions that define where India is headed. Digital colleagues enter the workforce. Agents with perception, cognition, and agency, real teammates, not tools. The first API call decides the next hyperscaler. Startups no longer ask which cloud, they ask which model. The inefficiency economy collapses. Billions by hours dies when AI can do the job in seconds. So everything moves to outcomes and microtransactions. Every company builds an AI factory. Take an open weight model, infuse proprietary knowledge, then ship differentiated intelligence. Jobs get unbundled, not stolen. AI pulls apart tasks. Humans rebundle into higher order work. And that's why Puneet dropped the most striking line of the day. And here it is. We will be the last generation to have stable, long-term careers. End quote. This is guerrilla warfare against irrelevance. Puneet's final argument was deceptively simple. Countries don't win because they build frontier technology. Countries win because they diffuse technology. India is the world's best diffusion engine. AI reaching teachers, gig workers, truckers, SMEs. 20 million people being skilled. DPI turning into AI PI. 22 million developers moving to an agent-first model. Sovereign cloud ensuring India's data stays in India. And he, of course, summed it up with India's moment in one line. India rises when a billion Indians rise with AI. End quote. This is exactly the shift from building apps to building agents, to building intelligence as infrastructure. And finally, here it is, the front page take. So if tomorrow brings a Microsoft model tailored for India's languages and workflows, it could become the layer that unlocks AI for millions. India is no longer adjusting to global AI systems. Global AI systems are now adjusting to India. And tomorrow, we see the next step. Now, I would like to throw it to Amit Rajanayak and Siddharth Jindal on ground in Bengaluru today, bringing you exclusive conversations, developer perspectives, and everything Microsoft announced. Beyond what we've already kind of tried to cover as much on front page. Please make sure to watch that entire segment because it shows exactly how exciting India's AI future actually looks. This is Front Page by AIM Network. Like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, think AI, think AIM.
Hello everyone, this is Amit Rajanayak from AM Network. Welcome to Front Page. Thank you, Sudeep, for that warm introduction. The energy is mad here at Microsoft AI Tour here in Bangalore, where we saw more than 1,000 people attending this particular event, including customers, partners, media professionals, and few student organizations and developers. They were all here today in Bangalore. So this is the second edition, and the first edition happened back in Delhi with the announcement of 17.5 billion investment here in India in terms of in the next 4 years. That is Microsoft's largest investment here in Asia. Nothing like seen before. I mean, I've also seen other investment coming from different companies, but Microsoft investment is purely to build a digital public infrastructure, upskilling the next workforce, and in terms of enabling enterprises to become AI frontier companies. So this was a key announcement from yesterday, but today we got to see the glimpse of how Microsoft has partnered with Indian IT companies, including your Cognizant, Wipro, TCS, and all of that, and how they're adopting Microsoft Copilot 365 into their enterprise, and how they are upskilling their workforce in terms of the new agentic era that is coming. And it's pretty interesting to see also a couple of use cases that was announced from Cognizant, from Swiggy, and some of the other companies that have adopted these solutions into their applications and product in terms of delivering value add to their customers. So this was something very interesting. A lot of use cases were discussed here. But another interesting part here was Satya building his own agents. So so this was something very interesting. You might be familiar with Adani's tweet recently, which popped up saying that Satya has built his own applications. We got to see the early glimpse of hopefully that would be the thing that Satya is building in terms of multiple agents that he has built over a period of weeks, and how it works. You're going to see more of that in the coming days, and we're going to show you hopefully in the clips. And also this is one side of the spectrum, but also there was also another keynote by Punit Chandok, where he showcased how companies need to become AI frontier companies in the coming months, alongside few trends in terms of what to expect in the coming months and days. Really interesting. This was the take from your Microsoft AI tour here in Bangalore. We have Siddharth Jindal, tech journalist, covering and talking to leaders out there. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. There's going to be more exclusive conversation and discussion that are going to happen here. Over to you, Siddharth. Thank you.
Hi Ashil, I wanted to understand how is a company using Microsoft suites of products, and what got you here today at the Microsoft AI tour?
Well, you know how it was, right? It was all about cloud before, and then it was all about AI and generative AI, but it's all about agents now. And essentially agents being your assistants, having the ability to train your agents, build your own agents with, whatever Microsoft tools you can come up with. I've been doing a lot of trainings recently, and I have actually been, talking to people who are actually developing solutions, developing agents, and you'll be surprised to see what kind of automations they are implementing in place to make our daily work easier and easier. So I feel that Microsoft, giving us the platform, giving us the ability to integrate things right out of the box. You don't have to be super funky about, research and R&D and whatnot. You just do a couple of next, ask your Copilot, ask your ChatGPT a couple of questions, and you have the answer right there, right? So I believe that, Microsoft being the frontier of all that, enabling workforce like us to do magic with just few clicks, I think that's going to be the game changer. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, we have got Karan from GitHub. Hi Karan, good to have you.
Hi, Siddharth.
So in your words, what were the key highlights from today's Satya Nadella's keynote, in your own words?
Yeah, I think the greatest thing is that there is so much potential for developers, especially in India, where developers are growing, so much innovation is happening, and also how agents are really helping you throughout your software lifecycle, and where you can use it across from anywhere that you work with, right? So all of this coming together is fueling so much of innovation with so many organizations, so much of skilling, so much of collaboration as well that's happening. So really excited to see this power with developers who can really wield it for a betterment of the country and the society itself. So that was really exciting to hear about the vision, and also showcase how all of the different products of Microsoft and GitHub and VS Code and Copilot, etc., can come together to do that.
like according to you, like why Indians love GitHub? Like what makes GitHub their favorite, and like the number is going.
Well, it's a whole lot of developers when they are starting to learn coding, be it in their student journey or be it even their professional journey. Git and GitHub is almost a table stakes for many developers today, because that's where collaboration happens. That's where software development happens as well. So it's something which really helps folks connect with each other, learn, work with their team as well, and then also with all of the AI features, utilize the power to bring their ideas and vision to life.
Like what advice would you like to give to aspiring Indian young developers?
My advice to a whole lot of young developers or aspiring developers is that it's never a better time than today for anyone to be a developer, because you look at all of the tools that you have available with you to build your ideas and bring it to life. You look at the collaboration available, you look at how easy it is for anyone sitting here to collaborate with anyone else in the country or even the world itself to build a whole lot of software together. So you can think of an idea in the morning and build it in the afternoon. So start utilizing all of these tools, and also start thinking about how you can bring all of those different ideas into life for the betterment and helpful of yourself, your society, your organization, the country, and the world itself.
Like if you were to make one bold prediction for 2026, what will it be?
Well, rather than 2026, I would probably notch it up a further and then re-echo what Satya mentioned, that India is on track to become the largest developer community in the next few years. So that's the prediction.
Thank you so much, Karan.
This is Sridharan. I am part of Global Logic, a Hitachi group of companies. A big platform with Microsoft AI, Azure, Copilot. It has really transformed the way you code. No matter it's traditional coding, it's all about prompt engineering, how you use the Copilot, how to use the DevOps. So I think it's amazing the kind of power it gives you now. What you can do much faster with the lesser resources. It's exciting days. More often, I work with people like Karan on skilling, and Microsoft is doing amazing work. You heard them today. 20 million people to be trained, whatnot. I think this is an amazing journey. This is my 4th year consecutive to be in the AI tour. Thanks for having me.
So like what are the major challenges in DevOps which Microsoft is solving for you?
So I think it has too many disparate systems and disconnected systems. You take Jenkins, you have so many variety of that, right? Cloud Bees and all. I think putting them all together, like you saw in the demo today. So you can take one platform, put a Gemini there, even though it's a competition, right? You can put a Kimchi there, everything. So I think that's a bigger advantage. Take like an AI Foundry, put all of them, what you are favorite with, not restricted to one ecosystem. I think that's the best part of it. The open source part, I love it.
So you love all the 11,000 models which are available on Foundry.
Yeah, exactly. The AI Foundry is unbelievable. Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, Bangalore is like far more developed. No offense meant to any place else, right? I'm a Bangalorean by heart. 25 years I'm here. I think the talent availability in Bangalore is unbelievable, and nowhere else you have it across the world, right? Number one. Number two, you should also look beyond Bangalore. There's something called KDM, if you're familiar with Karnataka Digital Economic Vision, which is beyond Bangalore. There's an initiative. So like Hubli, Dharwad, Mysore, there are so many places that you can develop. I'm part of many of these universities and board of studies like Gokte, right? Or SID Tumkur. The talent there is unbelievable. Now you need to nurture that. You can't expect everybody to come to Bangalore and then choke your outer ring road. Then you keep complaining, oh, pothole, it will be there, right? Any town. So to answer you, leave the sectorial governmental policies. I think as a talent, it is our responsibility to build it. Don't do only in city colleges. That's where I have been focusing on. I run a foundation called Tech Shiksha Foundation. It's a Section 8 company, non-profit organization, working with Microsofts and Googles of the world, taking them to Tier 2 cities and Tier 3 colleges, because that is where it is more needed. You can't just feed the same kid again and again and again.
Thank you, Siddharth, for that wonderful conversation with all the tech leaders. Definitely loved the Karan's demo, and really interesting to see how enterprises are going to leverage Microsoft Copilot 365 into their daily lives and how it's going to transform enterprises, consumers, and all the startups out there. Really, thank you. Guys, stay tuned. There's going to be more announcement coming tomorrow at the Mumbai event. Satya dropped a bomb today where he mentioned that Microsoft is going to launch a new model, which he couldn't talk much. But there's going to be more announcement coming tomorrow as well from the Mumbai event. Stay tuned. This is Amit Rajanayak signing off from Front Page.